Welcome back to the Pocket Dimension for some hobby hijinks. September hobby hijinks. Hey Midrill, good to see you. So, just pop out the chats here. Pop out the chats. It's kind of like pop out the jams. I had to start in a touch late. I had to order some food. How have I been? I've been all right. So it's nice to get back on the pony here, back on the horse of painting minis, building minis, whatever you want to call it. Are we building? Are we painting? Building, painting, and playing. So, kind of been working on some Iron Warriors here, Chaos Dudes. So, kind of in the middle of that. And also, I've got these sprues. So I'm working on my Orange Marines. My what I call the Nova Wolves. So they're going to be orange and black, inspired by the Nova Gaming Convention, which just happened a couple weeks ago, a week or so ago, weekend before last. Let's see. Here's Captain Titus. I scraped off his chest aquila and the little knee icon for the Ultramarine, so now I neutraled him up. But he's counts as so the Nova Wolves will be stand-in. They'll be using the Space Wolf Codex. So Nova Wolves, Space Wolves Codex. So he's going to be a stand-in for Ragnar Blackmane. So that's pretty cool, I think. So anyhow, if you're watching on Twitch, you know already that I am currently running a charity fundraiser for the 988 project, 988 Lifeline. If you're on Rumble or YouTube, you're more than welcome to stay over there, but why don't you pop over to Twitch and donate a couple of dollars to the 988 Lifeline. It just is one click away. So far, we've got 250. Our goal is 250. Last week we had somebody. The last stream we had somebody donate $25. So we are a tenth of the way there. So we need just 10 more people to donate that same amount. That'd be great. If we can get like $45 a stream, that would be awesome. But you know, I'm not a big streamer, so I don't get a whole lot of people coming. But there's still a couple weeks left in the month. It is 9/9. We know this weekend will be about the halfway mark, so we got about 4 more streams, just 4 streams to go before we either succeed or fail in our endeavor here. And I can only succeed when you help out. So we've got the I know, hey, that doesn't look like a chaos guy. You're right, it doesn't. You're right, it doesn't. But we got some chaos guys here in to do here in a little while. So I'm currently in the build phase of Build Paint Play. Speaking of Build Paint Play, on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock, check out my friends Jake and Dave, Jake Krajewski and Dave Taylor, over on YouTube for their weekly show, Build Paint Play, where they interview people from around the hobby who are doing great things. Convention runners, artists, writers, game designers, all sorts of interesting people that are doing interesting things. So check out Build Paint Play at 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights. So there you have it. That's why sometimes I get a little late start on Tuesday nights. So anyhow, that is the thing. For this month. I ordered a pizza. It should be here in a little while. 14 to 29 minutes, it says. So we'll take a little pizza break here in a little while. I took a nap this afternoon and didn't get to eat. I woke up just about a little over an hour and a half ago. So I didn't have anything to eat yet. So I thought I'd order some food because it's nice to have some food. I'm all out of bread for making sandwiches. I've got meat and cheese, I just don't have the bread. Just haven't got out to do any shopping. The life of a bachelor, you know. So this past weekend was the Hurricane, West Virginia, little pop culture convention. I ran a paint and take there. Had pretty decent turnout. We had a nice little competition as well. So that was exciting. Got an ad coming up in about 4 minutes. It says here on the Twitch side of things, I don't know about the YouTube side of things. I know that sometimes YouTube tends to run ads on things that aren't even monetized yet, which is kind of weird because they're piggybacking on your content. So I've been alright, my Midrill. I've been alright. Like I said, had a good time running the paint and take and judging the contest on over this weekend. A little paint contest. We did it sort of different. We actually had entrants from the paint and take. Actually, in the contest, it wasn't a contest like any other usual painting contest. It was just kind of fun. It was for fun. And so we judged according to the skill level of the participants, and judged each piece according to its merits. So we knew we weren't gonna have to. We weren't judging at a professional high level. We were judging at a first time painter level, you know. And there was some good work. There really was. There was some really good work. The participants did not make it easy for the judges. I had another local competition painter out of Columbus come down and help me judge. So that was kind of him. So shout out to Dave Glockner, the Paint Fraud. Follow the Paint Fraud on Instagram, if you would, please. But appreciated his feedback and extra pair of eyes. Because I didn't feel like I could be, if I was just judging it myself, I didn't feel like I could be objective. Especially when I run paint and takes, I tend to give a little bit of advice to people. I try not to overwhelm them with advice on painting, but I do try to give them suggestions and ideas. So I'm very, very hands off when I run a paint and take. About the only time I really step in and mention anything is when I see somebody struggling with what they're doing. So it's not a class per se, but it is a fun thing. And the pizza is 8 minutes away, so I'm going to make a little note out here. So, all right. I'm going to just make a little note that I am live here on And let's see, over on X, I'll put that out there. All right. So I sent out a couple more notifications. Maybe we'll see some people come in here. Maybe. We'll see. Everybody likes to like the notifications, but nobody ever seems to come over. So we'll see how that works. So. Anyhow, the word is out. So come on over. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go live on Instagram for just a moment, I think. If I can find the button. That was weird. Hopefully that won't get me demonetized or a strike or anything. Demonetized. I'm not monetized anywhere other than Twitch. Alright, let's see. Gotta turn that so need to turn my camera around here. There we go. Oh, who wants to see that ugly face? Well, alright. Wow, what an ugly face. Hair's all messed up. I got nap head here going on. So I'm also live on X now, evidently. So let's see what's going here. Shoot. I need a tripod here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. this is how we're going to do this. Because X is a horrible platform for going live. It just doesn't work. The chat is very bad as far as that goes. So, I'm so amateurish here. It's amateur hour. For crying out loud. I don't know if this is going to work. Don't know if that's going to work. Let's see. I'll lean this up here. Nope. All right. Well, this might be might have been a bad idea. So let's see. Jeez. This is completely. I'm not completely ready for all this business. I just don't. Yeah. Freaking X is stupid. I stopped broadcast. Good night, everybody on X. Can't deal with this right now. All right, X is stupid. X is like a horrible. So need to turn my camera. Stupid. All right. Anyhow, if you're watching out there and you're not on Twitch and you want to make a donation, you want to help the 988 Lifeline, hop on over here to Twitch and make your contribution. I couldn't get that to work. I don't know. Twitch is a horrible live streaming platform. You can't. The chat function is practically non-existent. Really, I mean, you can't just press join chat and chat is joined. It's like so weird. So, hey Savage, how's it going, man? Good to see you. I just now saw you come in on the YouTube side. How's it going? Good to see you. What am I, chopped liver? I just saw you come in there. So anyhow, I'm doing up another little Spez Marine for my Nova Wolves, which I know I said I'm going to be working on the Iron Warriors tonight as well. So it's my channel. I can do what I want. It's my channel and I'll paint what I like. Paint what I like. Pizza should be here. I'm going to go check and see if he's at the front door. You ask them to knock loudly and they barely tap the tap the door, you know. It's like, there he is. Alright. Pizza is here. Pizza is here. Alright. Alright. We'll have a little bit of that in a little while. I'll take a break in about a half hour, I think. Get a little nosh. Anyhow. So. All right. No, Brewski, you are not chopped liver, man. I just didn't see that you had joined on YouTube yet. I was busy. My eyes, my ocular sensors were focused other places. So, as many of you may know, are running a fundraiser for the 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline, Lifeline, this month. It's a thing, and if you can hit the button, and even if you're just donating $1, that's $1 more than was donated before. So September is Suicide Awareness Month. So hop in there and give somebody another day. just using some grunts, building some grunts here for my Nova Wolves. So try to do one or two extras here as I can. So I've got 17, let's see, I've got 17 completed Raptors, Chaos Raptors. So, and 10 backpacks, so I need to order some backpacks, and I've got probably order 3 extra bodies from eBay. Complete that. Complete those 2 units. And kind of holding off on completing my Terminators until I see the Chaos Codex, because there's a really neat ways you can stick things together that probably aren't playable in 40k. Not that I really play 40k that much, or even would play necessarily Chaos in 40k. But I would like to have things put together in such a way as to be playable in 40k in case the opportunity arises. It's not that I enjoy 40k, it's just I happen to know a lot of people tend to play it, and if I ever wind up going somewhere, that's all they're playing, which is kind of the case here in town. I'll be able to play something, you know? Have something to play. That guy's done. Now that's just the snap together one that they were giving out years ago for like a quick, the freebie that you would get at the store to paint. I wish that Workshop was a little bit more interested in community building, so to speak, so they could you would actually be able to get stuff sent out to you to support paint and take efforts and the like, but they're not about that life. So here are bodies and old Space Marine Terminators, or Chaos Marine Terminators, sorry. So anyhow, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be snipping bits. Snipping bits. Arms. I have to dig out the bits that I've already done up and see what I've got as far as these combination weapons go. Because if I've got combi flamers and combi meltas, is there a combi plasma? I don't know if they've got a combi plasma. But their storm bolters are not storm bolters, or at least they didn't used to be. They used to be considered twin-linked bolters. Chaos didn't have access to storm bolters, supposedly. I'm sure all that's changed now, and I don't know if they used to be considered twin-linked, which is a little bit better than combi bolters anyway. Although I have some Terminators already with combi meltas on them, combi weapon meltas. So I don't know if I would necessarily. Oh, there's a plasma. Cool. Cool plasma or hot plasma, depending on how you call it. Flamers, combi flamers there. Power Maul. Chain Axe. Power Sword. Set that aside. It's got the heads and the shoulder pads and what looks like lightning claws, chain fist, and power fist arms. Trophy racks. There's not a lot that you can mix and match on these newer kits, which is unfortunate. So customizing is not a thing Workshop seems to want to encourage people to do these days, unfortunately. For some of the finest customization work, though, you might want to check out Dave Taylor Miniatures book by Bjarni Dali. The Art of Bjarni Dali, written by Bjarni Dali, published by Dave Taylor Miniatures. It's an art book, and I'll tell you what, that is some absolutely stellar conversion work that he does on his models. And if you want to see the classic master of conversion, Dave Taylor himself. Check out his book, Armies, Legions, and Hordes. Also from Dave Taylor Miniatures. I always think maybe he should change it to Dave Taylor Publishing, but maybe that was already taken. Or maybe it just sounded too up of itself, you know. More trophy racks. More more bolter arms here. All right. Trophy racks. I mean, I guess I could be building them as I go here, sticking trophy racks on, but I don't know. I do what I want, how I want, when I want. It's my hobby. I can engage with my hobby the way I want to engage with my hobby. Trophy racks. And another power axe. Trophy racks and power racks. It rhymes. Chain axe. Chain axe. Power sword. I don't really know anything about the way these guys are supposed to go together codex wise. I'm just going to enjoy building what I build. I should find out, though, in case I want to use them in a game where people are more interested in playing the way Games Workshop wants them to play than actually playing a fun game. Because there are arms that would go together, so there are left arms and right arms with bolters, and it'd be really cool to have gunslinger terminators that have that carry a weapon in each hand, carry a bolter in each hand. But who knows? I mean, that could be a thing. I don't know. I don't have the current rule book. Of course, how long does the current rule book last? You know, 3, maybe 4 years. 5 if you don't get an update in the or get a late update in the next iteration of 40k rules. There's a lot of problems I have with that. From a consumer standpoint, from a hobbyist standpoint, it's just not fair, I think. So, well, I need to get some food. I got the pizza here, folks. I need to eat. I slept right through supper time. So, I'm going to have some pizza, but the chat is open. So if you want to chat, you're more than welcome to. It's my stream, and I'll eat if I want to. Eat if I want to. You would eat too if you slept right through. Bump, 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 bump. Sing it badly so the YouTube algorithm doesn't catch you, right? Hey, Nate's Miniatures, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Good day, mate, he says. So, I'm guessing you're an Aussie. Fair dinkum, mate. So glad to have you. So I'm just kind of clipping bits here for my Iron Warriors. But you just caught me. I'm going to take a quick little snack break. So you're more than welcome to hang out and chat and talk. But I'm glad to have you up here from down under. So it's just talking about one of your native sons there, Dave Taylor, the one and only. Used to work for Workshop. Has a nice show you might want to tune into at 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights on YouTube. It's called Build Paint Play. But if you like conversions and want to see some great work, check out his book at Dave Taylor Miniatures called Armies, Legions, and Hordes. He also has a whole line of art of books, and one of the art of books is by a gentleman named Bjarni Dali. And Bjarni, I believe Bjarni is an electrical engineer in his real world life, but he does a lot of amazing conversions. Now, I don't get any monetary compensation for talking about Dave's books by any means. Call me Dave. Love to chat. We'll work out a deal, right? But no, I talk about the things that I like here on this channel. So I'm also trying to, not only am I working on Iron Warriors. So I built the bods here last week. Here's the old style Terminators, which I really like the way they went together a lot better than I like the way the new ones go together, but it is what it is. So I'll work on those a little bit more after I eat some pizza. It's 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. I had the pizza right here. I'm still going to hang out here online. It's going to be a very boring video feed, I'm afraid. But we can talk still. I don't have a face cam up and running right now, unfortunately. It's just how things are. It is what it is, as they say. So, all right. I would put up the bio break screen, but I'm not really taking a bio break. I'm taking a lunch break, and I'm right here. And let's see. My camera doesn't camera very well here. So maybe that's it. Maybe we'll do that. Oof, nobody wants to see that, right? Let's see. All good tonight. I'll be reprinting some minis. All alternative to Space Marines should be good. Nice, Nate. Nice, Nate's Miniatures. I like that. Taking your hobby in your own hand there. Making it yours. I appreciate it when people do that. That takes me upside down. That takes me right side up. Okay. Now you can see my ugly face while I chow down on some pizza. So we can still do a sit and chat sort of a thing tonight, I guess. We'll eat the pizza. But yeah, honestly, that's something I do appreciate about people who do 3D printing, is they're taking their hobby in their own hands. And if they're printing off things that are alternate, that's cool too. I really only have a problem if there's any piracy involved. Like if somebody's scanning the actual kits, even workshop, as big as they are, the people that work there don't deserve having their work ripped off. And I'll say that from experience, because I've done sculpts. I sculpted some terrain bits a while back, some years ago, and then found out that somebody was recasting them and selling them out of their shop. That didn't feel good. So if I wouldn't have it done to me, I'm not going to do it to somebody else. Sorry. Ooh, Nate says it's lots of fun being able to have an army at your fingertips. Absolutely. Well, and 3D printing to me is a whole nother hobby in itself, but that's true, and instead of having a whole room dedicated to your hobby space, having shelves and shelves and shelves of unbuilt models, kits, you can have everything that you've ever wanted on a USB stick, Hey, Black Skull. Which of the 9 hells would a person who steals other people's sculpts land in? It'd be the one. It'd be the one with people who mess with kids and talk in theaters. Good to see you, Black Skull. How's everything going tonight? But there's people just like you and me that work at workshop, and as much as you might not like the corporate side of workshop, be kind to the creative side. Don't steal from them. And servers who never return to refill your beverage. Oh, I know. Yeah, absolutely, Black Skull. They're the worst. So Nate's Miniatures, in case you haven't grokked to it yet, I multi-stream. So I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. I am actually running a charity stream of charity fundraiser this month for the 988 hotline, which I don't know if you have something similar in Australia, but it's a hotline you can call if you're not feeling good and you just need somebody to talk to. Sometimes a stranger is easier to talk to a friend, you know. So this month is YouTube doesn't like this word, but it's suicide and crisis for awareness month. So the 988 hotline is they've been around for quite a long time. I remember seeing billboards for them when I was a kid. But they're there just as a resource. If you're having a bad day, you can call them. You know, sometimes we always think. A lot of times we tell our friends, we say, "Hey, man, if you're feeling bad, just give me a call." But sometimes when people hear that, they know they can count on you, but at the same time they might feel like, well, they're just gonna judge me again. They're just gonna judge me. But so the hotline is a no judgment zone. So anyway, that's what we're doing this month. And if you were to hop over to my Twitch side, I'm sure Australian dollar would be just as appreciated as an American dollar. Exchange rate notwithstanding. Quantum Reveries, the hell of infinite sharpened putty catchers underfoot. The ground is littered with D4s and Legos. And mostly the Legos. Good to see you again, Quantum. Sorry, I'm eating because I'm hungry. I hadn't eaten yet this evening. I have a hard time sleeping at night lately. I'll go to bed, 11, 10, between 10 and 11:30 sometimes. And then I wake up about 1:30 or 2 o'clock and I can't get back to bed, so I tend to be dragging through the days like the last few days, so it's not been comfortable. So I gave in and took a nap tonight. Or the nap took me, as they say. I'm eating in front of someone who had a light dinner. Well, this is my dinner. I didn't even have a light dinner at Quantum, so I think this is excusable. But I just need a few minutes to recharge the batteries here. This is what you run into of a live stream. This is the life part of live streaming. Least I could do is turn the stream into a cooking stream like Food TV, right? Well, I mean, I think it's probably a lot more entertaining to at least see somebody doing something than just to stare at a pile of gray plastic on a desk right now. The ASMR part of live streaming? Sure. Well, I'm trying to chew quietly. And I hate it when people smack their lips, What circle of the nine hells does a guy who leaves unpainted plastic on his desk get cast into? Well, Black Skull, I would say that falls under redemption. So I think he probably would be easily redeemable. There is an ad break coming up in 22 seconds, by the way. Purgatory stream. Do a hot tub stream. All right, Black Skull. Thanks for stopping in, man. Savage Brewski over on YouTube says, recharge the batteries. Yes. All right, Black Skull. Have a good evening, man. Oh. I get it. It was a joke. Okay. What you're saying is you don't want to see me do a hot tub stream. The hell of boiling pools of simple green, says Quantum. I tell you, I've got some figures I've been trying to get the paint off of for a long time. I've got some Mantic Plague Zeds that I've had stuck in LA's totally awesome for a while. Well, I will take that as a tie-breaking vote there, Black Skull. We won't be doing any hot tub streams anytime soon. Don't worry. All right. Feel better now. A little food, a little drink. Much better. All right. I'm going to step away and wash my hands real quick. All right. Hands are all washed. Let's go on and get back to it here. So. That's not quantum reveries. That's not snow flocking. That's my chest hair. Oh boy. Hello, Pumpkin. How are you? I get cat hair everywhere. Is that what you're in here for? Shedding again? All right. All right, Pumpkin. Let's go ahead and put some of these trophy racks on these guys. We'll just grab some random dudes, random bods here. Do what we can fit on the desk, and we'll just grab random trophy racks here. Clear off the old mold lines. Mostly where they're most noted. There's one for one side. And let's see. One for the other side. But yeah, I had a real good time, really enjoyable time running the paint and take and combining it with a little competition. At first, when they first proposed doing it that way at this convention that I was at, let's see, pumpkin hair brushes, right? Oh, is this the pile of kit bash stuff from last stream? Yes, yes, it is. Black Skull. I'm not sure if any one of those cannons has even shifted a centimeter. Well, that's because I haven't been in here since last stream, there, Quantum. So, let's see. I guess these guys go in here like that. Maybe. Don't tell me that these are specific to the body. Maybe they aren't. Maybe that's supposed to go there. Yeah, that's how that goes. Okay. Best viewers on StreamBot. Remove the space. Let's see. We'll have none of those. We will have none of those. No bots, please. And we're blocking the bot. All right. Yeah, I do have the best viewers on stream. I do, and I don't need a bot to tell me that. Y'all are all right. Like having you around. Which I know don't have the most exciting stream. I don't have a whole lot of bells and whistles going on. But I do what I can. I does what I can, as they say. But no, you're right. I haven't shifted these cannons around because I haven't been working on them. So I'm trying to get a lot of things built so that I can prime them, because prime time is upon us, friends. It is a period of temperate weather here in the Midwest, and it is neither too hot nor too cold, so getting things primed up and ready to paint for the winter time is of the essence at the moment. That is the plan. So One trophy rack. One trophy rack. Oh, oh, oh. So I think I can put all these trophy racks on these guys. Get that built up over the next little bit. We got an hour to go. But yeah, Quantum, you're right. I do have the best. And you know, I share the best audience with a lot of the best people too. I mean, look how many different streams we see each other on. There's Ed, Monster Den Minis. We've got let's see, Falling Freelies. We got, you know, Stephanie over there, who did artwork for the Great Goblin Argle Bargle on from Snarling Badger Studios. So she did the artwork for Vince and Adam's little game there. So good for her. Let's see, who else do we see on a regular basis? Right now, let's see. Well, there's Ryan. There's Useless Wizard. I don't know if he's streaming lately. I haven't caught any of his streams lately. Usually he's on right after me because he's West Coast. But I haven't seen him the last couple of raid outs. But I'm kind of out of the loop as far as what everybody's doing these days. I took some time off this summer from the stream because, well, the AC wasn't working and work was just kind of not oppressive. That's not the right word, but I was getting a little burned out, a little overwhelmed with it all, and not having AC working really made this summer less than enjoyable. I will say. Hopefully by just grabbing random trophy racks, I will be able to give these all slightly different looks, because you only got 5 bodies to work with and they all go together the same way, unlike the old Terminator kits where you could mix and match torsos and arms and legs and really get a custom look, you know. So that's kind of unfortunate that you can't do that anymore. Not easily, anyhow, I should say. And of course, if I don't get a mold line completely clean, I can use the old trick of cleaning the mold lines through chemical means, and that is using the good old plastic cement to do that. That's an old trick not too many people know. But you can actually clean your mold lines if they're not too severe. With your plastic cement of choice. Let's see, had to take some time off last winter for a wife through her cancer treatments, right? Had no motivation for hobbying. I remember that, but now I'm ready to go for the fall and holiday season. Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you're feeling motivated again, Quantum. That's important. A lot of those things, a lot of life, life comes at you fast, right? So the things that we enjoy as diversions, sometimes we have to make room for more important things. Hobby will wait. Nobody's ever... Generally, I can't imagine that anybody's really ever died from not being able to build, paint, or play. They're a luxury. So when life requires emergency action, we give emergency action, That is part of being a responsible and productive person. And that's part of being married, and part of having somebody else in your life is to see that their needs, just like I see the pumpkin's needs. Huh? Pumpkin gets fed, he gets watered, he gets his potty box scooped out on a regular basis, and he gets to go to the vet at least once a year. So are you going to try sitting there, Pumpkin? Are you going to try it? All right. This never works out. Thank you for distributing your sheddings here, pal. Appreciate that. Let's see. Stay away long enough and the hobby itch becomes unbearable. Yeah, it does. It does. And you got to get back to it. I know. And it's a nice release too. It gets you kind of away from some of those issues and lets you kind of process what you've dealt with, what you've had to deal with. I know when I was taking care of my granddad, I didn't do any hobby. I had somebody wanted me to build a whole bunch of terrain for them, and that project took a severe back seat. In fact, it never happened. Look out, Pumpkin! Look out, buddy! You're trying to fit 12 pounds of cat in a 6-pound space there, pal. Oh, this is not good. This stuff's not good for little kitty cats. Forced my hand. Gotta pet the cat, huh? All right. All right. I need to do this. You got to get off my lap. You can stay on my lap, but you just can't put your nose up in my business, all right, pal? Good boy. There's a little cat hair right there. Boop. Now, what happens if I spill the... I don't want to even think... I don't even want to entertain the thought. I would not want that to happen. I don't want to spill this stuff. Well, I don't want to spill it on myself, but I sure as shooting don't want to spill it on the cat. The poor little guy. That'd be awful. You try to lick it off, and then that might be the end of Pumpkin, and we don't need Pumpkin to end. No, we don't, sir. Good boy. Let's see. Hobby Time is a premium. My stupid daughter introduced me to the farming video game Stardew Valley. Oh, yeah. I hear a lot of people like that one, Quantum. I've never tried it, but I know a lot of people that are into it. And now I can't figure out what has happened to my time lately. Yeah. Hobby Time can get sucked up by things like video games. That's why I don't play. That's why I kind of backed off from playing World of Tanks. I haven't touched that in forever. It just kind of sucks up time. I had the Star Trek game for a little while, and again, that sucked up time. Gotta watch the doom scrolling. Even though I don't really doom scroll in the sense of the word, I do. I mean, my Instagram is pretty well dedicated solely to hobby stuff. So I don't really have a lot of controversial things come across that will lead me down big rabbit holes. On X, sometimes there's people that talk about various things that are sort of controversial in the hobby space. But I also get a lot of political gobbledygook, even though I don't have anything that I particularly have any interest politically. But a lot of times it's just people that I know post things up, and so X's algorithm thinks I want to see it too, and I don't. I care less about it. So, but yeah, doom scrolling can get you soak up a lot of time as well. And since we're talking about mental health this month, that is something to avoid. All that stuff makes you mad. And madness, being angry and letting that get to you can cause depression and causes... I don't like the word triggers people, but it tends to trigger responses in people. What are you doing over there? What are you playing with, Pumpkin? So yeah, if you want to be happier, give yourself 15 or 20 minutes to see a few things. Unfortunately, the way they have things set up on a lot of these platforms is they're not showing you the things you want to see from the accounts that you actually follow. They're trying to push a lot of other things from accounts you've never heard of that you have no interest in. So, I don't know how Blue Sky is. I mean, does it give you just what you want, or does it sneak in a whole bunch of other stuff? I don't know. But I have made a lot of contacts on X in the hobby gaming space. I met the guy that does a lot of the work for the Mantic boxes, Mantic Games boxes. I met him on Twitter. I really hate calling it X because of reasons. I think it's a dumb name. Twitter was a lot more of a brand name than X. X is so random. What could that be? You know, it's kind of silly. Blue Sky is better. You can discover and add what you want. Yeah, I've heard that it curates better. So I've been thinking about starting. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily leave Twitter for Blue Sky because they both have use for me, especially as a content creator. But here's the thing. So I'm running this fundraiser this month, and I put something out there. I put a post out there. 150 people see it, one like and one repost. You know, and of course nobody comes over. Nobody hits the link to come over to watch the stream or to make a donation. So I don't know. Maybe it's just people in general. Not sure. But yeah, I have just my miniature stuff there and also some fine art channels. Yeah, absolutely, Black Skull. That's all I use these platforms for as well. And to its credit, that's mostly what I see on Instagram. I see a few things for music, and I see lots of cat videos because, you know, cat videos, that's what the internet's made for. But I've mostly kept my Instagram feed fairly locked down. I don't get a lot of foolishness, a lot of current events type stuff on there. Twitter is not quite so clean for me, which is like you say, Black Skull. Blue Sky is probably better if you want things that are curated towards your interests and only shows you what you want to see. So, and I think I'd get a little more traction there as far as the hobby stuff and promoting the channel as well. Especially for functions like this, which is the fundraiser for the 988 Lifeline. So maybe if I don't start getting some traction on the usual streams, I'll have to do a marathon for it maybe at the end of the month. Because I'd like to hit that goal of $250, which isn't a lot, folks. If you're out there watching, I set a very achievable goal for the fundraiser. $250. That's probably about 2 days' wages for somebody that's actually working on the Lifeline. Somebody sitting there answering phones. So it's not a lot, but it might keep keep the right person on the phones at the right time, or provide some some benefit for maintaining their infrastructure. I mean, if they got to call out an electrician or something, you know, to install a receptacle somewhere in their office, or add more power for their servers. Yeah, that's actually about half the cost, depending on the company that does it. You know, we charge by the hour, so for $250, that's about 3 hours worth of work right there to get that done. I could do something like that in about 3 hours. But yeah, any amount like that is helpful. Whether it's a buck, whatever you can do to help us get to that goal, that $250 goal by the end of the month. And shout out to Black Skull for being the first viewer to pony up. So follow Black Skull's lead, folks. Only if you can. There's no pressure. I'm not going to kick you off the stream or whatever if you don't, but by all means consider it if you're able to. Let's see. Steam is one of those slow life 16-bit style games where you grow crops and animals by hand while befriending the townsfolk. If you ever played Harvest Moon on a Game Boy, you'll know the genre, right? Let's see. Loaded up and started playing a couple of weeks. Got it for the kids. Paley hates the game. He couldn't stand the short day cycle where you can only get half of what you want done. Well, that's kind of like real life. You can only get half of... If you can get everything you want done in one day, you're doing pretty good, right? So you can only get half of what you want done in a day. Sounds like real life to me. How many times you make plans for a day? Say, I'm going to get all this stuff done, and you only get about a third of it done if you're lucky. All right. Yes, so this last weekend I didn't get any actual hobby done here in my place because of the convention that I was at, running paint and take and judging a competition. So we let the paint and takers have a little competition between themselves. And there was some really good work from first-time miniatures painters. And yeah, it was a real treat to see kids just having a good time painting figures, enjoying what they're doing. So yeah, see, that is the right hand side, that is the left hand side. I think it's left hand side. Might be the right hand side as well. I think that's the right hand side. Hard to tell. Let's see. I'm on about half of the absolutely nothing I want to do each day. Right? Hear that? Quantum. Absolutely. That just seems to be the way it goes. Let's see. Grab another couple of bods here. See, this is going to go on this side. What are you doing down there, Pumpkin? What are you... Get that out of your mouth. I swear it's like having a kid. What is that? Get that out of the mouth. What do you got there? Put that back. Put that down. Don't touch that. Get out of that. Arrgh. Let's see. Well, it seems to be so like daylight savings. Seems like somebody needs to introduce daylight savings times. Just like taking care of a little child that leaves a dead mouse on your bed in the morning, right? Right? There's another one. I wonder how many of these I've got on the same body with the same trophy rack. Different trophy rack. Same trophy rack. Different trophy rack. That's cool. Let's see. What about this one? Different. Same. We're getting a good... I mean, it's hard to tell when you're just looking at it from the whole... as the whole thing. Different. Different. Cool. I feel it's difficult to get things randomized because you're not really randomizing bodies. It feels like you're not able to randomize quite as much and give these as much character as the old kits. What have you found over there? Let's see, what was he exploring down here? I think this is a piece of a, oh, it's a piece of a 3D print sprue. Let's see. Yes. Well, fortunately, Pumpkin doesn't leave a dead mouse on my bed in the morning. But he is quite the vicious killer. That's why I brought him, that's why I got him. Because I was out of town for an extended period of time and wound up having rats in my not rats. It wasn't an infestation really, but it was one in particular. And I was gone, working out of town for a while, and these things happen when you live in the big city, so to speak. What are you doing over there? Excuse me. He is beating up the house here. What are you doing? What are you fighting with? Oh. I've got some spice racks that I was going to use for paint storage. And he is having a time with those. You know, you were behaving in here just last week so good. Week before last, too, Pumpkin. He'd come in, he'd go underneath the racks. Then he'd come out and he'd lay underneath the chair here. Of course, it was also about 20 degrees hotter in here at the time, so. Options drive me crazy. I'll arrange the bodies, heads, arms on the table, trying to make sure I get as few duplicates as possible and waste hours at a time. I understand that. I hear that. I feel your pain, Quandam. Absolutely. Well, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back, Pumpkin. How about you not stick your face right in where my knife is going to be? Okay. Okay, look out. Back up. I know I have a lap, right? If I have a lap, it must mean lap must be for cat, right? Shedding. You shedding. Oh, I've never seen a cat shed so much. You can comb him out a couple of times a week, and he still sheds. I swear. I get an extra cat every week and a half with as much hair as he sheds. For being just a basic American short hair, he sheds more than I've ever seen any cat shed in my life. How dare I defy the Emperor of the Lap? Right? Exactly. Exactly. It's not extra cat, it's tribbles. Yes, tribbles. Very true. I think that's an apt assessment there, Black Skull. I think so. Tribbles. Very true. Tribbles are very handy at locating Klingons. Klingon spies, too. Though they will go right through your station's supply of Quattro Triticale. But if it's been poisoned, they will find that out too. Now yellow Spocks, green aliens, blue Kirks, and yellow phasers. Tribbles and bits. Tribbles and bits and bits and bits. Yellow Spocks, green aliens, blue Kirks, and yellow phasers. All right, there is 2, 3. So far, 7. 7. So what I really should be doing when I'm in a low energy state, I should be using my this channel's sponsor, W Energy Drinks. I should be using their product as a little pick-me-up, and I have done that in the past. I have not been doing it lately. You can get 10% off your order at w.gg. If you use my code Rocket Fuel, ROKKITFUEL. That's Rocket Fuel, ROKKITFUEL at w.gg. But more importantly than helping the channel out that way, we have the charity stream. We have the charity button here on Twitch. Trying to raise $250 before the end of the month for the 988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline. Are we still on YouTube? Complete with Harry Mudd and Green Orion Girls, says Savage Brewski. Right. Absolutely. Let's see. Take a handful of tribbles on every trip to the bathroom. They are excellent for wiping out our Klingons. Oh. Oh. Boo. Look, man, I am all for puns, and that one is. Oh wow, that's a pun. That's a pun. That is a pun. A pun is upon us. All right, let's let what contact points there are here work, but that one's springing off a little bit high towards the front. Going to see if we can melt that back down a little bit. Cool. We'll let that set up. Quantum Black Skull says, make nice additions to Romulan ale cocktails. Well, it is 11 o'clock, 11:07. So we're going to shut this party down for the evening, and I will see you all again at 7 o'clock Thursday night. So far, this is what we got accomplished tonight on the Iron Warriors. Not a lot, I realize that, but had a lot of other things going on here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. So we've got 8 bods now with trophy racks. So we'll work on some more of those. We got another, what is this? Another 6 of the new bod kits, new Terminator kits yet to go. So we'll work some more on this project Thursday. So see, Quantum makes one bad pun and JP shuts it all down. Oh no, I would never shut it down for a bad pun. I mean, as many puns as I make, I'm sure that not all of them that I've made have been bangers as well. I wouldn't call it a bad one. I would just call that it wasn't a bad pun, Quantum. Was it? I wouldn't call it low effort. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it like a 6.2. Not the greatest, but it's not terribly the worst. So, currently at the worst at parting, yeah, Reaver Bones Minis trimming off the mold lines. Yep, absolutely. Good night, everybody. All right, everybody. We are going to... It was a groaner, not a goner. Yes, it was a groaner. Definitely a groaner. All right. What are you doing? Wow, now you are banned, sir. Pumpkin, now you are evicted, pal. You have not jumped up on the desk in a very long time. All right, you are out of the pocket dimension. Boop. Alrighty then. Okay, everybody. So, Rumble and YouTube, good night. Remember, folks, no matter how bad today was for you, if it was a bad day, the sun is coming up tomorrow and the world is a better place with you in it. Until next time, I'm JP Gotrokkits. Keep on painting and keep on playing.